Hey, welcome back. Oh my gosh, it is happening finally, the long awaited sequel to Breath of the Wild. And I don't know about you all, but I've been waiting a long time for this. So we finally have a name, Tears of the Kingdom. And I know I'm probably like one of the last individuals on this planet to put up a reaction video, but here it is. It's not a live reaction, but needless to say, when I first saw this 1 minute and 37-second trailer, I was like stoked out of my mind. Anyways, I just wanted to put up a video. Again, obviously, I'm pumped for this to come out, but I also wanted to kind of like give my initial impressions of just the trailer and what we saw. It was really, really fascinating. Some of the things that we came across. Just a quick take. Some of the things that jumped out to me was the Sheikah slate appeared to be missing on Link's waist, and in its place appears to be little containers that reminded me of the oh god, gosh, you guys are gonna have to help me out. My mind's blanking. The tier collection vessels in Skyward Sword, hence the name Tears of the Kingdom. So this totally starts to tie in and be reminiscent of the tier collection in Skyward Sword, and you can really start to see, like right off the bat, how this game will kind of tie into the story of Skyward Sword. Anyways, my initial, like the thought I was having about the tier collection vessels, that's what I'm calling them anyways, this little waist pack that Link has. My initial thought was that you would collect these tiers, that each one represents a completed dungeon. And I did see on LimCube's channel. I don't know if you've got. I'm assuming you guys know who LimCube is. He's a Breath of the Wild speedrunner that has exceptional videos. So go check out his channel if you haven't already. But in his initial kind of quick take on it, he was kind of relating that to like maybe like the Sheikah runes, and that sort of thing. And I definitely think he's correct in that. I think that each one of those little vessels represents one of the power-ups to Link's, I don't know what we're calling his arm at this point, but his little arm superpowers that he has that appear to have been replaced by the Sheikah slate. But anyways, what I think that we'll see is that in order to fill up one of these containers or collect a tier, I think that we're going to see 7 dungeons in the game, and after the completion of each dungeon, you'll obtain like a power up to Link's arm that will be like one of the major tiers in these collection jars on his waist pack. And why do I think there are 7 dungeons? Well, in one of the scenes in the trailer, we see this like mysterious character, this carving, really strange looking, looks like it has like rabbit ears and that sort of thing. It's funny, I go back and forth, like part of me, it reminds me of like some of the guardians that we saw in the Sacred Realm in Skyward Sword, and then the face kind of reminds me of like some of the bloopies and stuff that we saw in Breath of the Wild, so I don't know, but surrounding it are 7 engravings that all have the same picture, and I think each one of those represents one of the 7 dungeons that we'll see in the game. I think the Legend of Zelda team really listened to the players in this one, and I think they're bringing dungeons back, and that will be rewarded with like a power up to like Link's corrupted arm, or the device that's on Link's arm in this game. But I think those 7 seals around that image that we saw in the trailer represent 7 dungeons that we'll get to play. Also, in that final shot of Link riding the glider down, we see an illuminated plateau I'm not really sure what the image is, but just my speculation is that that would be the location of one of the 7 dungeons. And if you'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, it looks like one of the old shrines that we had in Breath of the Wild now has the swirling green energy, or whatever you want to call it, coming out of it. The same swirling green substance that we saw in some of the preview teaser trailers, in which the arm was like holding down Ganondorf. So you see that same swirling green substance coming up out of, I'm assuming, like an old shrine. So I'm thinking that we'll probably have to maybe revisit some of the shrines to gain access to one of the major 7 dungeons in the game. Another thing that I thought was really cool in the initial moments of the trailer, we hear a little sound that sounds like Fi. It reminded me of Fi. It's very brief. But anyways, I hope that's a sign that we will see Fi return in Tears of the Kingdom, and that I'm not sure what the role of Fi would be, or if it would just be similar to like Skyward Sword, you know. But anyways, I thought that was a really cool sound or tip or hint that we will be seeing Fi once again in this game. Another interesting thing that I thought was cool in this trailer was the scene with the advancing red malice accompanied by the army of moblins and bokoblins. Again, this was reminiscent of one of the early teaser trailers where like Ganondorf's malice starts spewing forth, you know, from his tomb, and we see it just kind of like overtaking everything. So I thought that was really super cool. And then next, I'm just kind of going down my list. I tried to script this a little bit so it wouldn't be too ridiculous. But the next thing I have on my bullet list is the scene of Zelda falling, the carving on the stone. I thought it was interesting that she has the long hair in this scene, and for me it was reminiscent of the scene in Skyward Sword of Zelda falling through the sky. And I know we have Zelda falling into darkness in the teaser trailers, but I think this carving in this particular trailer is like a historical record, a record of historical events from Skyward Sword. So I think that's what the scene of like Zelda falling, I think that's a recorded history of like the events of Skyward Sword. But we'll see. Anyways, that wraps up my last bullet on my bullet list, and thank you guys for stopping by the channel. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe. If you look at my upload history, you'll know it's incredibly inconsistent, but hey, I'm trying, full-time dad, full-time husband, and in between times I try to squeeze in some Zelda videos. But anyways, hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next video, and I hope you all get your copies of Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Thank you guys for watching, and have an awesome week.